Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Drinkin' Bros podcast, kids. We are here on a truly historic day as we are about to witness the oldest man ever to be sworn in as President of the United States, as well as the first, well, she's Jamaican, right, Dan? Jamaican and half Indian, is that what they were?
Yeah.
Yes. Kamala Harris, black. First black vice president, as well as a female. Bring that
volume down another, like, half.
Yeah, turn it down just a squeeze. There we go. Thank you. We're going to ease into the day with you kids. Some people are happy about this. Some people are sad. I watched Papa Trump take off on Air Force One today, Dan, to My Way by Frank Sinatra, which was fitting and amazing. And whoever his DJ was this morning really had it timed up, I mean, to the T of when that plane was taking off. As you see there, there's VP Mike Pence. Pence showed up. That's some class out of Pence to come to this thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Somebody had to be there, you know? Somebody. They didn't hate Pence. They only hated Trump during this.
No, that's not true, actually. Pence, they hated Pence more than Trump in the beginning because of the Pray the Gay Away camps that he's a big fan of.
That's right. Right.
Mike Pence, let's all remember that Mike Pence is a giant piece of shit, folks.
Well, is he?
Yeah. Anybody that fucking tells a gay teenager that they need to go fucking get the gay prayed out of them and then they end up killing themselves is a piece of fucking shit. Yeah.
Who says, though, that Mike Pence didn't go through the same thing and perhaps did cure himself of gayness?
I like Rogan's.
I'll never know.
Remember Rogan's old joke? I think it was in 2010. He's talking about, when you get caught smoking cigarettes, your dad makes you smoke the whole pack.
Yeah.
And he thinks that one preacher that got caught doing meth and getting gay prostitutes or whatever, that they took him out, because that's what happened. They took the guy out into a camp in the woods and like hung out with him for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden he was cured of gay.
Yeah.
So he thinks that motherfucker smoked the whole pack. They were just like face fucking this dude for days. Oh, I'm glad we got off to a good start here. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Welcome to Drinking Bros, obviously.
I'm a little under the weather. I've got a bit of a sinus infection today.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and get on the lean.
Yeah, that is promethazine, for those of you out there who don't know what lean is.
I'm actually taking it for its intended purpose.
Yes, you are. Speaking of which, President Trump did pardon Lil Wayne last night. So speaking of lean, he got him out of there. Kodak Black.
Yeah, he freed Kodak.
Kodak. And then he also got Steve Bannon out of there, as well as the co-founder of Death Row Records.
Is this a good advertisement for Kill Cliff CBD?
It should be the best one for Kill Cliff CBD.
Who else? I heard there was a long list.
Who was wearing the Melania color there, the light blue?
Wouldn't it be funny if Melania showed up and not Donald T?
Nah, they were out of there today. That is the happiest I've ever seen Melania. Every first lady hates being that job so much. Her speech this morning was just like, goodbye, Zia. I'm out of here. Fuck you. Fuck your Christmas. Fuck the kids. It was great. I enjoyed all of that.
Yeah, that was Trump gave his farewell speech last night, and then Melania just in the hallway after ended it with "fuck them kids." I believe is what she said.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Right now, you're seeing Joseph R. Biden and Dr. Jill Biden descending down the stairs.
Well, he's descending into Alzheimer's.
Do you think he knows where he is right now?
No, for sure.
He could be walking down the stairs of Madison Square Garden, 1973, at a Bruce Springsteen concert, or he could be getting the presidential nomination today. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that the only reason she's even there is to remind him where he is.
Well, that's what Nancy did to Ronald, and I don't mind it. At least she's on the younger side a little bit, and somebody's got to be there. Behind every good man is it's another good man fucking that man, and then behind that is usually a good woman. Back
so you're saying that women belong behind men?
I'm not saying that, Dan, but did one get elected president yet? No, they haven't.
There was actually a really good bit on It's Always Sunny about that.
Oh, it's snowing? Is it snowing there? I apologize for interrupting you.
No, that's...
Is it really? Those motherfuckers on the news, they lied. Like 2 days ago, they were like, I think it's going to be the first sunny day in D.C. for presidential history. No, it's fucking snowing.
That baby needs a mask. They did a good bit on It's Always Sunny about that, where some woman was trying to do something, and then there was a dude that took over. It's like, oh, here's the boss. Yeah. And they were like, they were just discussing about women leadership, and they were like, look, we just had an election about that, and we couldn't have been more clear.
Yeah, definitely don't want that.
It's just funny.
It's hilarious. I don't know what kind of song they're playing here with the horns, but I like it. I like it a lot. What I was surprised with the media this morning was how no one gloated over Trump leaving. Scratch that. Turns out everybody did.
Yeah.
Every single outlet didn't talk about one accomplishment. They were just happy he was gone.
Did anybody get a good perp walk or anything?
No. Right before you walked in, though, they did pan to Alex Rodriguez, infamous for not one but two steroid scandals in which he sat out an entire season. So he'll be sitting in the box with Jennifer Lopez, one of the world's best singers and actresses, dual threat. Triple threat with her dancing skills.
No, her dancing skills are the only reason she's famous. Well, her ass, but I mean, she's a good live performer though.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
Just like A-Rod in the playoffs, she went 1 for 3 in that category. There they come.
Oh,
there they go.
She's like, have you ever been lied to or something like that, and then the person is trying to apologize, and you can tell that they're full of shit? That's the way her face looks like all the time.
Yeah,
and that's the reason that Black Lives Matter still has not heard from either one of these two assholes.
I like Obama giving him a fist bump there. He didn't want Biden to have the 2016 nomination, instead chose Hillary, but now they're beef fries again, and that's a good thing to see. This is what, look, when we started this journey in 2019, this is what every progressive wanted. They said, hey, I don't want a rich old white man who's a career politician in office. So they elected Joe Biden. And that's a nice thing to see there, because he's on his 48th year in politics, heading up to the podium. He was at a Catholic church this morning, getting blessed. And I believe the preacher dabbed. Once he did it.
Wait, he dabbed like he smoked?
Yes.
Or he like...
Yes. No, it was an actual bong. And then I think he wiped off some of the remnants around his mouth with a dab. Is that Klobuchar is giving the opening remarks. Give that one more nodule of volume here for Kloby.
Vice President-elect, members of Congress.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with Senator Amy Klobuchar, she was the first one they bought off from the Democratic Party after Joe Biden won South Carolina, and they got her out of the race. And then that was followed by Pete Buttigieg and everyone else because they hated Bernie Sanders so much.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That volume level is perfect.
So how many people are in a row are going to go up there without a mask and spit into that microphone?
I don't know. Today's ceremony is brought to you by 3M. Look at that.
I know. It's brought to you by... We're stupid.
Man.
It's brought to you by none of this is real and none of this matters.
No, it doesn't. There's Pence there.
Look at my hair,
nice
man.
Cutaway. Still perfect hair on that guy.
I just want everybody to know that Mother's doing fine.
Yeah, Mother is Pence's wife, by the way. That's what he calls his wife, Mother. Not sure what he calls her during climaxing. Because Mother would be weird, obviously. It'd be really weird.
Mother feels the most likely.
Well, it's also the most comfortable, for Mike Pence.
I mean, he read a little too far into the Oedipus thing.
Yeah, he did. And that's a shame there.
Well,
that is
if he's happy, it's a little weird, but it's not like he doesn't appear to be abusive or cheating on her or anything. Right?
Doesn't appear to be. We never know.
Does he have kids? I don't even know.
We never know. Are they going to show shots of Trump's inauguration, the lawn versus this one? That's what they typically do. There's Mitch McConnell. If you
they're not going to
show a bigger sellout than Mitch McConnell. Don't know.
Amy Coney Barrett there. They're not going to show that because of the optics. Like dumb Trump fans will be like, well, nobody showed up. Like, well, pandemic. They've secured the capital area. So just relax, guys.
It'd be great to see Forrest Gump running through those waters today.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, who is ironically hosting tonight. He's hosting the party tonight.
Oh, is he? What about Robin Wright? Is she going to give everybody AIDS or what?
No. She's still trying to figure out why she married Sean Penn.
Who do you think is worse?
Who's walking? There's a guy with Nikes walking behind there in the background.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, that's weird. He had Air Force Ones. Well, shit, I guess if there was a time to do it, it'd be now. One would imagine Air Force One is heading back to the White House from dropping Trump off in Mar-a-Lago, right? How does that work? Do they stay there?
Does who stay where?
Does Air Force One stay there for the day, or do they just drop him off and come back? Short flight down to
I don't know.
Florida.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some kind of out-processing.
You know, the funny thing is I was watching the 2016 inauguration last night, and the smugness on Paul Ryan's face and Mitch McConnell and all of these assholes was the same smug look they gave him on the way out of like, oh shit, who do we latch on to now?
Yeah. I mean, this is what's happening with establishment Republicans right now. There was a scene, somebody caused a scene, and it called into question everything they've been doing for the last 100 years. And that guy is finally gone now, and they can go back to business as usual. Business as usual, by the way, is reaching into your pocket.
Correct.
Giving themselves different rules to follow than you have, so on and so forth. Politicians are cunts, and this is one talking right here. You can see it.
Yeah.
And cunt, by the way, is a non-gendered term for me. I don't.
Yes. Please don't take offense to that. He calls men and women cunts.
Yeah.
And, is that Ilhan Omar out there? Or just another person with a burqa on their face? I'm not sure.
I mean, it's cold.
Dan, I wanted to ask you this last night. Last night there was a source that leaked an article to the New York Times, or the Wall Street Journal, that said Trump was talking to his aides and is thinking about starting a third party called the Patriot Party.
Oh, boy.
Did you hear about that?
No. Are they going to wear fucking tri-corner hats and walk around with muskets again? Are we going back to 2010?
That was the Tea Party. The Tea Party.
I mean, seriously, shut the fuck up, dude.
Everybody's
Jesus Christ.
socially distanced. Look at that. That is nice. You can go twosies, though, apparently.
Except for the camera guy who's
There's a guy in
walking up
jeans.
next to everybody.
Jeans is a bold move during an inauguration.
I wouldn't have even worn clothes.
No. We didn't get an invite to this one, which was surprising.
Bizarre, yeah.
We actually did, though, for Trump. I saved the invitation. It's at my house, no lie. I gave it to my mom, actually. I was like, holy shit, I got invited to an inauguration. It was about 4 degrees that day, and I decided against it the last second. But we did get an invite. We did not get an invite from Biden on this one.
No, that's because he can't figure out how computers work, and Pelosi's got stolen. So
Yeah.
there's no way to fucking send us an email.
Senator Roy Blunt is speaking now. Ironic last name for a guy who probably doesn't smoke weed.
Yeah. I know all you motherfuckers out there
I am a white man.
are talking about social justice. Well, look what we did.
Yeah.
We elected an old white man who wrote the crime bill and put 3 million black men in jail for nothing. And then we, just for shits and giggles, threw in the woman that enforced that in the biggest state. By the way, she suppressed information that could have got people off death row. Hey, Black Lives Matter, guys.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Trump pardoned more black lives than Obama did.
Yeah,
last
I mean,
night.
he really should have pardoned every non-violent weed-related offense, every single one of them.
I agree.
But he's a fucking coward and didn't do it. So
Nah, or did he have the time?
no,
you know?
he had the time. Yeah, he had 4 fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
That should have been the first thing he thought of as soon as he got in office.
I don't think anybody's going to do it, to be honest with you.
No, because they're all cowards.
I don't know what.
Well, you know what it is because he would get so much backlash from Congress because there are so many private prison systems around the country and districts of these congressmen, and they literally have contracts with state and municipal governments that they have to keep a certain amount of beds filled. That's the America that you fucking live in right now, guys.
Yeah.
You think you're fucking free? Give me a break.
So today,
Like there's literally a government mandate,
Yeah.
legal contractual mandate to keep a certain amount of people in prison. So keep fucking voting for Republicans and Democrats, you idiots.
By the way, for those of you watching at home, you're wondering who all of these white men are. There's going to be a lot of rich old white men here today, as if, as most of these things go. Even Kamala Harris is married to one, which is a fun thing.
To what, a white man?
Yeah, rich old white man. So you're gonna show cutaways to a rich old white man next to Kamala Harris. You're gonna be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's
her
funny.
husband.
Patrick Mahomes gets so much heat for being a light-skinned black guy, and everybody talks shit like, oh, he got his white wife, he got his contract, he's done with the black community now. Like, this motherfucker hasn't even gotten started yet.
No.
But, Kamala Harris marries a rich white dude, and it's like,
Yeah. I will say this. Look, Joe Biden is going in there. I don't wish any ill will on the President of the United States. In all sincerity, like, we should be rooting for the President of the United States.
I'm not rooting.
Whoever
no.
that is.
No. Don't root for the president. You root for the country.
I root for the country.
If the president
let's
does the
face
right
it.
things, then sure, I'm on board. But if he does the wrong things, he's got to go.
And then just the stick-to-itiveness of really hanging in there for 7. Imagine your dream as being president as a small child. There's Kavanaugh. Man, they fucked him hard. He's probably sniffling underneath that thing.
He can't stop thinking about college.
Yeah, the fact that Ted Cruz is there is hilarious. But for Biden, look, you
Ted Cruz is
dream
actually a
about
good
being
guy.
president. Is he?
Yeah, I think he looks like a gay mortician, to be honest. But Ted Cruz is a good dude.
Yeah, there's Willie. There's the Clintons, Bill Clinton, and even after the Epstein thing, they had the Clintons there. That's crazy to me. Bush is there. Pence is there. The traditional politicians will always be there, I think. But back to Biden.
It's
Look,
weird
as a
how
little
they
kid,
all
you
look.
dream as a president, and then 78 years later, you become one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's been in government since he was 29,
Yeah.
right? So he got elected to Congress the first time when he was 29 years old.
Shit, I'm 29. Maybe I should start now. Huh. Well, I'll give it some thought as,
You may
as
want
we
to,
continue on our journey.
Yeah, you should probably look into therapy.
No. I'm right where I should be. I was adopted. Parents found me on a small Hawaiian punch raft off the coast of Cuba, and I became an American citizen after that. That's what I was told, at least. That's what I was told. Don't know if any of that's true.
Hey, do you think when Biden does these executive orders tomorrow that he's gonna when he releases all the reunites all the families from those cages or whatever? Do you think he's gonna admit that Biden or that
Obama built
that
the cages?
Obama and Hillary Clinton were responsible for that, or not?
Not a prayer. Not a prayer for this one.
Yeah, that's too bad.
How much do you think Joe Biden can leg press? What do you think I would say 80 pounds.
No, back in the day, he was probably a pretty buff dude.
He had some nice quads. Look back at old school pictures of Jill Biden, by the way. Jill
She's
Biden
hot.
back in the
She's
day was
still
yes,
like that's
she's an attractive lady.
If she's got a boat,
The only problem, if she's got a boat,
Giorgio
Giorgio
is
will find it.
Yeah, it's
But imagine having to follow Melania, where it's like there's going to be your picture next to Melania. That sucks.
that's true, but she's got that D and R in front of her name, which is a little bit more impressive than just being hot.
Oh, doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
She's not from the Dominican or anything.
Is it? I would challenge you to pull up Melania's nudes and then tell me what's more impressive.
Definitely a postdoctoral degree.
No. Those nudes are something to believe in, kids. Oh, that's right. Biden's got a Catholic priest out there.
Also, Jill is 69, which is hot. So
The age that I want to die at. So this guy's an Irish Catholic priest. Apparently that's a big deal.
oh yeah, it's a big deal because they kind of have a monopoly on being pedophiles.
Yeah.
Like there's some other ones out there, but these guys are really like if there's a pedophile hall of fame,
Yep.
the Catholic Church is in there for
Oh
sure.
yeah, first ballot. A lot of closed eyes right now. Are they saying some form of prayer?
Yeah.
One would imagine. I can recite one myself. Here the church, here's the steeple. Look inside. There are the people.
Or if you're Dylan Roof, it ends a different way.
Yeah.
That is a dark joke, ladies and gentlemen.
very, very dark.
Dark joke.
Not appropriate on a
But
day like
I've-
this, Stan.
I've been
You've been super dark for
drinking a lean, so
yeah. Not to be confused with promethazine, you know. Not sure how long the preacher's going to talk, but he's definitely going to.
Who's that hot girl
Oh,
with
it's
her eyes
Reverend
open?
Leo Donovan. Do you name a kid Leo, or is that short for Leon? How does that work? Is it Leonard? What are you shortening
Yeah.
Leo to?
probably Leonard, right?
Weird on a day like this, you would go by your nickname and not your full government name on something like that. Leo?
I mean, Joe's name is Joseph, right? He goes by
It is,
Joe.
yeah. The R stands for something crazy weird. Hot Bob, can you look up the R? I forget what it is, but
In Biden's name?
yeah, it's super weird. Where you're like, what?
Robinette.
That's it. It's Robinettes. Correct. The R is Robinettes.
That's probably going to be some kind of family name, I would imagine.
Nope. His parents were big Batman fans. They wanted to have a daughter. Turned out to be Joe, and they gave him Robinettes to live up to, as if he was a female crime fighter in a superhero movie. Man, this preacher's really going to milk this. And I will say this, kids, if you have a stage like this and you're across televisions worldwide, take your time. Take your time. Let people know who Leo is, you know? And again, the guy with the jeans on, who they panned to earlier, who's sitting in the audience, that is a bold move, friend. You were at a presidential inauguration. When you woke up in the morning and looked in the full length, you thought to yourself,
Who's that hot girl
jeans would
next
be
to
good
Jill
today.
Biden?
The hot girl next to Jill, probably a daughter. It's probably one of the daughters. He's got a fuck ton of granddaughters and daughters. Biden does.
What do they smell like?
Lavender. I would
He
imagine.
knows.
Yeah,
he knows
Biden
for sure.
knows. Biden knows.
Is that Ashley Biden? She's 39. She's hot.
Yeah, there's also a scratch and sniff book by Joe Biden that's going to be available here in about 6 months from Simon & Schuster. I
she's-
recommend picking that up. That's all of the scents that he has smelled from all of the world.
Ashley Biden is married to Howard Krein, or Crean, who is a plastic surgeon. So she's probably got nice fake titties.
Yeah, I bet she does. I bet she does.
Not that matters.
Obviously.
she looks kind of cute out there. So.
Obviously, yeah. And Dan's single, ready to mingle. Also likes divorcees.
I do. I also like married women.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
keep that in mind too if you're out there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely keep that in the back of your
I
hairnet.
I actually borrowed that from Baker Levitt. He would like very frequently back in the day approach women with giant fucking rings on, and just be like, "Hey, I realize you're married, but I wasn't there when that negotiation took place, so I don't really respect the outcome." And I'm like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense to me."
If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the like button right now. We're just getting into this thing, knuckle deep, as one would say. We're kind of first finger right now.
The best thing about dating married women, by the way, is that they always have to go home.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah,
Sure do.
and I get to sleep alone.
Yeah.
And black out without worrying about anybody stealing my shit. Because my shit gets stolen from time to time. I don't know.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Who is singing? All right, so they're going to bring out someone to sing the national anthem. Is it Lady Gaga?
It is.
It is Gaga.
I will say.
Oh, is there an over-under on my bookie for this?
No, because she's white. This will go shorter than you think.
For what it's worth, best national anthem I've ever witnessed. Lady Gaga at Super Bowl 50, Peyton's last game.
Oh, no shit.
Legitimately, I was pretty drunk, but I was like, I was not expecting it, and I was like, oh my fucking god,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
You know what I wasn't expecting? When I saw Lady Gaga perform at the halftime show, Falcons Patriots, when we were up 28-3, was not expecting either of those things that day. Both were cruel reminders that the world is a dark, dark place, and we should definitely not celebrate it. What are they doing with Gaga? If she comes out in a fucking meat dress, dude, I will praise her. I will praise her. I will. I would love to see Is Springsteen doing the night show? I think he's doing the night show, right? Yeah, he's doing the show tonight. But imagine Springsteen singing this national anthem out there.
Hold on.
Oh, look at Gaga. Look at that. What is her hair? What is she doing with her hair today?
There's an old rule at military weddings where you find out what the groom is wearing.
Yeah.
If he's a military guy, and you never upstage him. Like if he's wearing his ceremonial dress blues with the ribbons instead of the medals, then you wear medals and he wears ribbons and so on and so forth. It looks like she may have upstaged everyone.
She upstaged everybody, and she's got a full bird that is dipped in gold that is on her chest. That is a full eagle on her chest. It's life size, actually. That is shocking.
I'm not seeing anything on my bookie, but there are some pretty funny prop bets.
Hopefully that is 24 karat gold here. Give that a little volume, Hot Bob. Yeah. There it is. Take your time. Take your time, Gaga. Need a little volume there. A little more.
The over is 120 seconds.
Okay. That's 2 minutes. Never shoot a side angle with somebody that gives everybody a double chin. That's for any DP out there. Anybody who shoots a profile should not be a DP in Hollywood ever. Like, just don't do it.
What's up with those two racist flags
Don't
on
do
either side up there?
Not
See
sure.
that? I thought the
Yeah.
Betsy Ross flag was racist.
No. No, it's not today. Oh, she's making a meal out of this. Look at the way she's holding that mic. She never does that bullshit. It seems as if she's adopted a different accent for this.
Maybe she's going full Madonna.
Oh boy, look
Is she
at the
crying?
theatrics here.
I'm so proud of my country today.
I want to see Bradley Cooper come out and just piss all over the
What if he just
stage.
hangs himself?
Yeah. Just like the end of A Star Is Born, you know?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right then. I'm not sure that was.
That was under 120 seconds. If
seemed
you
under.
took the under on that, you won on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will half your deposit. If you put 1,000 in, you get 500 back. I bet I went all in on the Packers and Bills last night, so. +9. It took that 6-point teaser. Oh, look at that. Look at that bird. She's having a hard time with that bird. You can't even hug somebody.
Put your fucking mask on, lady.
Oh, lady,
What are you
Gaga.
doing? You
Gaga.
idiots.
She's got to hold the dress up.
Put your
dude. You can't
fucking
put a
mask
on. No.
Like she just walked by the last 4 fucking presidents and
Yes.
spit right in
Yep.
their face.
She said, I don't care about COVID. I'm Lady Gaga, and you're lucky to have my breath in
You
your
know the
face."
mask is to protect other people from you.
Is that what it is? Others protect me from myself. No. Okay. Army Hammer, it's actually to protect him from other women, from eating them. It's a fun fact. Who do we got here, D'Anthony? What is...
I don't know who this is. There
This
you
is
go.
Andrea Hall.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
She's
of the
she's
United
signing
States
and saying it at
of
the same
America.
time. I've never seen that.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You can stow that under God shit.
Yeah. Look at that.
By the way, the Pledge of Allegiance was written by a socialist.
Was it really?
Yeah. Because only a fucking socialist would think to pledge allegiance to a fucking flag.
Yeah.
That is retarded.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Who gives 2 fucks about a piece of fucking fabric,
Here's
asshole?
the thing, though. I'll give her credit. She did sign language and spoke at the same
I mean,
time.
that was great. Yeah.
I've had
Very
trouble
impressive.
rubbing my tummy, and patting my head, so I definitely couldn't do
What you are all
that.
about to be part of
Kloby.
America is a historic moment of firsts.
Was this
to
part of the buyout,
administer
Dan? This is
the
a serious
oath
question.
to our
So when you buy out a
African
candidate, get him out of the
American,
race, do you say, hey man,
Asian American, and
you
our
can speak at the
first
thing
woman
and
vice
come and do
president,
some shit in the cabinet?
Kamala Harris, it is my great privilege to welcome to the inaugural
She
stage
called her Kamala
the
Harris,
first
which is not-
Latina to ever serve on the Supreme Court of the United States of America, Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
Justice Sotomayor is coming up.
There was just
She's swearing in Biden?
there was just an earthquake in L.A.
Was it really?
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know yet.
You know everybody in LA is up watching this fucking bullshit
yeah.
too.
Let's see.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Here we go.
I,
They're swearing in Kamala Harris
Kamala Davy Harris, do solemnly swear
as her old rich white husband.
that I will support
God,
and
what a
defend
piece of
the
fucking shit.
Constitution of the United States
It was a 3.5.
3.5 earthquake. Okay.
against all enemies,
And it
foreign
happened
and domestic.
10:31. Happened about 9
That I
minutes
will
ago.
bear
9
true
minutes ago,
faith
okay.
and allegiance
Okay.
to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take
I just watched this documentary with Fran Lebowitz on Netflix. That's what Sotomayor kind of feels like to me.
mental reservation or
Fran Lebowitz.
That I will well and faithfully discharge
That I will well and faithfully discharge
Does my serious question? Does my bookie have an over/under for how long Biden's speech is?
I can't find any of their
So help me.
Inauguration over/unders.
Hold on, I'm looking now.
While they hug here, Kamala's hugging her white husbands, and Joe Biden. I remember the first time they met was on the stage of the first primary debate for the Democrats, and Kamala Harris screamed at Joe Biden to shut up. You don't know what it's like for a little black girl to ride the school bus. And then, a match was made that day.
What do you think the chances are that
made in heaven,
she's ever ridden a fucking public school bus in her life?
Don't know her whole backstory. It's often murky with her, but she's definitely unlikable. She registered at a .2 in the primaries for the Democratic Party and was the first candidate voted out of the primary, and now she's Vice President of the United States. Dreams can happen. Dreams can happen. If you keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Oh, boy. Are they letting Jennifer Lopez sing live at this fucking thing? Without auto-tune? If she has auto-tune, I'll understand it. If they're going to let her sing live, that would be a mistake for the ages. You remember Fergie singing at the All-Star game? This is the level that I'm looking for.
I remember
right
Draymond
here.
Green roasting the fuck out of her for months after that.
Yeah. God, A-Rod really hitched his fucking steroid wagon to her, you know? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Played a stripper in a movie last year that was, she won an Academy Award for that, but was denied.
Yeah, so
Denied for
Kamala
that.
Harris's parents were a biologist and a professor of economics at Stanford, respectively. So she rode 0 public buses.
Yes.
She faced 0 hardship in her entire life.
Yeah. Most presidents do.
You are
Vice
my
presidents.
strength. That'd be funny if she just went
Is
into
she fucking lip syncing? Give me a little volume on this.
Yes, she's lip singing.
Oh, I actually saw something today, early online, saying that Garth Brooks was pissed off that he had to lip sync at the '93 inauguration. Like they forced him to. Like it's like a normal thing.
Look, Lady Gaga always goes live, dude. She went live.
That wouldn't surprise me, but apparently lip syncing is like always a thing.
Did Beyonce lip sync at the?
Beyonce, the true artists never do it, dude. Garth certainly doesn't need to lip sync, but he is performing tonight. If you're wondering why Garth Brooks lost half of his fan base, that's probably the answer tonight.
Hashtag freedom.
Yeah. She was a fly girl for Living Color, and now she's singing at the presidential inauguration. Literally anything is possible. If you don't think America is the greatest country on the planet, where would this be possible? Where would this be possible?
North Korea.
They're not even showing much of her from the front, by the way. This is definitely lip syncing. There it is. Very few cuts to her actual performance because they don't want to catch her lip syncing.
I would have to practice this 1,000,000 times to be able to do it.
I could do it once.
To be able to lip sync. No, you have to remember the song, the breaks, and all that stuff.
I would sing it live, Dan.
Oh well,
I would definitely sing it live.
that would sound terrible.
My voice is recording quality, and I don't need any warm-ups, any vocal warm-ups. I would just go right in, you know? Oh boy. There we go. She just learned Spanish from Babbel. BABBEL.com. Did she say "Let's Get Loud" in there? Did I hear that? Hot Bob, did you hear that? "Let's Get Loud." Did you hear any of that?
I must have missed it.
Let's
But
get
maybe,
loud.
maybe she wants to hype
Let's
the crowd.
get loud. Yeah.
Just a little. What do you call it? What did they say at the World Cup? The
She's
last
a
one?
terrible actress. She couldn't even fake that last note on a lip sync. What were we saying, Hot Bob?
There's like something Spanish-speaking country at the World Cup that I always forget, like Vivas and I don't know.
That was great.
By the way, she is not as rich as A-Rod.
I know. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Fucking nuts, dude. He had the biggest contracts of all time, like back to back.
Oh yeah,
they were fucking gnarly.
Act for Chief Justice Roberts. With that,
J-Lo, they're
it is
calling her
now
J-Lo.
My distinct honor to introduce the Chief
A lot of people in the
Justice
message
of
boards
the
are saying that she
Supreme
said, "Let's
Court
get
of the
loud."
United
I don't.
States, John Roberts,
Could be.
to
Why not?
administer the
Here we are.
presidential oath to the next President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden.
Is Roberts Republican? Was he a rebuke? John Roberts?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the oath of office.
Sotomayor was a Democrat. I know that. Is this the attempt at some form of like bipartisanship? Look that up. Chief Justice.
Yeah, no,
John
he
Roberts.
was nominated by Bush.
Yes,
The Chief
yes.
Justice always swears in the president, but yeah, he is a Bush nominee.
Yes.
Sotomayor is a Obama nominee,
Correct.
etc.
Whoever's baby that is crying.
When does this one
Brian
woman have her
Newfats.
mask off? Was that the daughter again?
I'm not sure if that's the daughter.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
Robinette?
do solemnly swear
I, Joseph Robinette
So was his dad's
Biden
name.
Jr. do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the
Philip
office
Aris
of President
says,
of the United States
Wait.
the
Him.
office of President of the United States,
and will, to the best of my ability,
will to the best of my ability
Somebody thought when you walked off stage that you killed yourself. No, he's back. He's back, kids.
defend
I considered
the
it.
Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Dylan Garrison says, well, Roberts always sides with the left, so it doesn't really matter who put him in. That's true. It is actually true. Conservatives hate John Roberts.
It's not true, actually. Can you turn this shit down, please? It's definitely not true. He's a pretty mixed bag. Like, definitely
Just a
upheld.
squeege. A squeege,
Yeah.
yeah. He's about to come up and speak here. We will play his speech and see if he can
God.
get through it. See if he can get through it.
Roberts upheld the Affordable Care Act as a tax for sure, but he also, all you Republicans back in 2010 and 2012 wanted corporations to be people. Mitt Romney and all you fucking dummies that wanted Citizens United to get fucking through. Good job, guys, because now Amazon fucking controls the government, and Apple controls the government, and
Yeah.
Facebook and Google control the government. That's
Yeah.
what you did. Remember that, Republicans.
Pittsbear33 said it was a good run, boys. Will Babbel teach Mandarin? They actually do. They teach 20 different languages on Babbel. Pull up their promo code, by the way, because you can start your lessons now.
Yeah. Let's see that, actually.
Start your lessons now.
Code Drinkin Bros for an extra 3 free months.
Yes, he's drinking
Not
bros
bad.
at Babbel.com, right? BABBEL.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros. You can learn any language. Super easy, by the way. Mostly key phrases, kind of like Jennifer Lopez. She never knew Spanish, but
I've
has
been-
learned the key phrases.
I've been learning Canadian.
Have you really?
No, because that's not a thing. But
But it's a tough accent to master. I'm a boot to start that class myself. Nailed it. There's Bill Clinton there. I wonder how many times he's thought about having sex with everyone in this crowd.
probably not as many times as I have. I think it's time for healing and unity, and that's why I think I should plow Joe Biden's daughter. Look at that old man that she's married to. She's 39, and that dude right there in the middle,
104.
he's 6,000 years
Yeah.
old. Now, he's actually only like 53. He just looks old.
Yeah, but that's... you
53,
know,
39, that's pretty...
She's keeping it young, and he's not holding up his end of the bargain.
No, that woman is definitely shopping elsewhere.
Yeah. A lot of powerful men coming in and out of the White House, probably looking to ditch that bag of bones.
Look at his
She's
face.
with Joe Biden?
Yeah, he looked like...
My
He looked
fellow
like...
Americans, a moment we have
Why is this
all
bitch still
been
talking?
waiting for.
No one has been waiting for this.
Now my great
Yeah, no one. I
privilege
honestly,
and
I
high
thought
honor
to be
the
full
first
disclosure, I thought
person
Bernie Sanders
officially
was actually going to get this nomination. He was
introduced
well on his way.
President
Biden was out of
the
campaign
United
money. He won
States,
South Carolina,
Joseph
and
R.
that turned the
Biden
entire tide for the
Jr.
Democratic Party. But I truly thought it was going to be Bernie Sanders to get the nomination this year. But they fucked him over again for the second time in a row.
Yep.
And they decided to go with the old tried and true here. Joe Biden, who had 8 years to do this the first time, and now is back again for an encore. Let's turn up his speech a little bit, Dan, here.
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice President Harris, Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer, Leader McConnell, Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. This is America's day. This is democracy's day, a day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve.
Natural, AJ.
Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge. Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people.
Important to note, the sun did come out when Biden got on stage. I'm sure the media will be discussing that.
Learned again.
That's Jesus' lights
Democracy is precious.
shining down from heaven.
Democracy is fragile. And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. So now, on this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. I thank them from the bottom of my heart.
You think he says anything about Donald Trump today?
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say no as well.
And I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation.
Strumpf. If he would have said Strumpf, it would have been
President
awesome.
Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service.
President Carter's still alive, huh?
Yeah.
Bet he's got a fistful of peanuts down there in
I've just taken
Georgia.
the sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American story
Old wooden teeth.
depends
George
not on
G.
any
Dubs.
one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people.
What, is George Washington okay now? Because
seek
before
a
he was
more
a slave-owning
perfect
white
union.
I
man.
know, and they tore down his
This is
statues.
a great nation. We are good people. And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do.
Is that his parents?
this
Are they
winter
still
of
alive?
peril,
Are Joe Biden's
significant
parents still alive?
possibility.
Okay, I was going to say,
Much
Jesus
to
Christ.
repair,
He's
much to
78. What would they be,
restore,
118?
Much to heal, much
100?
to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged,
Drinkin Bros, promo code Randy, trash
found
can
to find
for
more
Babbel.
challenging or difficult in the
BABBEL.
time we're in now.
.com.
Once-in-a-century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II. Millions of jobs have been
405,000
lost.
lives lost in World War II.
Closed.
Right around
Cry for
400
racial justice.
for
Some
the
400
Chinese
years we're
virus.
making
Nobody mentions
moves
China
us.
about when they're talking about
The
COVID
dream
anymore.
of justice for all
Strange.
will be deferred no longer.
Yeah, it's 402,000
Cry for
deaths.
survival
So
comes
that's
from
not
planet
true.
itself.
What are we
Cry
at?
that can't be any more desperate.
Well, it's
or any
405
more
in World
clear.
War II,
Now,
402 in COVID.
Give it a
rise of
day.
political
Give it a day.
extremism,
I think he's counting
white
today.
supremacy, domestic terrorism that we must confront and we will defeat.
Like
To
burning
overcome
down
these
police
challenges,
stations and attacking
Restore
cops.
the soul and secure the future of America requires so much more than words.
China.
It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Thought he was racist
When he
too.
put
Yeah, they
pen to
tore down
paper,
his
the
statues as
president
well.
said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it." My whole soul is in it. Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this, bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause. Uniting to fight the foes we face: anger, resentment and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. We can overcome the deadly virus. We can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make health care secure for all. We can deliver racial justice, and we can make America once again the leading force for good in the world.
Look at the top of Joe Biden's hair there. That keeps going up.
I know
that's
speaking
going to
of
be a
unity
meme.
can sound to some like a foolish fantasy these days. I know
Mitch
the forces
McConnell.
that
They made
divide
that
us are deep,
fat fuck wear a
and
little
they're real.
mask, tiny mask.
but I also know
Biden's hair's coming up
They
in the
are not
back.
new.
It's very
our history
Bill
has
Murray
been a constant struggle
in that bowling movie.
between the American
I'm
ideal
blanking on right now.
that we're all are created equal,
Bowling movie?
harsh
Kingpin?
Kingpin. There we go.
reality
Jesus
that
Christ,
racism,
Russ.
nativism,
It's early here, drinking bros. We never go this early.
demonization
Come on, brother.
have long torn us apart.
Mm.
The battle is perennial, and victory is never assured. Through Civil War, the Great Depression, World War, 9/11.
Is it Adderall? What do you think
struggle,
he's
sacrifice,
piped
and
up on
setbacks,
this?
our better
Yeah.
angels
I get
have
it.
always prevailed.
Still hard in cold weather, though,
In
to
each of these
get the
moments,
old mouth
enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now. History, faith, and reason show the way of unity. We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors.
Is Hunter
We
Biden
can
there?
treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join
You would
forces.
think so.
Yeah.
Stop the shouting and lower the temperature.
Love to party with Hunter tonight. You know,
Without
that's
unity,
that's
is
me
no
reaching
peace,
across the aisle and asking Hunter
only
for
bitterness
a
and
key
fury.
bump.
No progress,
You know?
only exhausting outrage. No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge. And unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America.
Nah.
If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America. We've acted together. And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh. All of us. Let's begin to listen to one another again. Hear one another. See one another. Show respect to one
That's a
another.
problem, Joe. We have been listening, brother.
Politics
Yeah,
doesn't
we've been
have
trying
be
to
a
see, but
raging
we're all wearing
fire.
masks, so I don't know who the
Destroying
fuck I've been
everything
talking
that's
to for
No,
the last 8 or
I've
9
been
months.
I've been listening to the things he says
Every
he's going to do.
disagreement
There's
doesn't
that Bill
have to
Murray
be
hair
cause for
kicking up in the
total
back.
war.
Kingpin.
And we must reject the culture.
You want to go with a strong hairspray on a day like this?
Manipulated
I learned that a long
and
time
even
ago.
manufactured.
This motherfucker's talking about manufactured facts. You got to be kidding me. Like the level
My fellow
of
Americans,
absurd
we
cognitive
have to be
dissonance with
different
these
than this.
motherfuckers is out of their.
America
It's
has
just
to be
like out of
better than
control. I've
this.
never seen anything like this before.
And I believe America is so much better than this.
Hammer
Just
the
look
like button
around.
if you're watching on YouTube right now.
Here we
There it
stand in the
is.
shadow
Keep
of the
pressing
Capitol
it.
Dome, as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was literally hanging in the balance. Yet we endured. We prevailed.
Right.
Yeah, we had a
Here we
war,
stand,
Joe.
Yeah.
Looking out
The
on
fuck are you
great
talking
wall
about?
Man. It was a
where
big
Dr.
one.
King spoke of his dream. Here we stand, we're 108 years ago at another inaugural. Thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. And today, we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Oh, okay.
Don't
So he
tell
was
me
talking
things
about
can't
women
change.
voting 108 years ago.
Here we stand.
That was a mistake.
Across the
Yeah,
Potomac
some
from
say
Arlington
that wasn't the
Cemetery,
best move still.
where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob
Oh, boy.
brought to use violence to silence the will of the people.
200 out of a million
Stop
people.
the work of our
Don't worry
democracy.
about it. Everything. There was
drive
no
the
riots over the
democracy
summer.
down.
Nothing burned down. All the cities
It
were
did
safe.
not happen.
Or whatever the opposite of
It
that
will
is.
never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
Violence only means something when it's the other party doing it, is what he's saying right there.
To all those who supported our campaign, I'm humbled by the faith you've placed in us. To all those who did not support us, let me say this.
Fuck you.
Hear me out as we move forward. Take a measure of me and my heart. If you still disagree, so be it. That's democracy. That's America. The right to dissent peaceably within the guardrails of our republic.
peaceful.
Where does it say that protests have to be peaceful?
I don't know.
Chris
You hear me
Cuomo?
clearly.
All I saw was
Disagreement must not lead
mostly
to
peaceful
disunion.
protesters over the summer.
And I pledge
Fiery,
this to
but
you.
mostly peaceful.
Fiery, but
I
mostly
will be a
peaceful.
president for all Americans. All Americans.
You spent the last 4 years
I
trying
promise you,
to
I will fight as hard for those who
impeach
did not
a duly
support
elected
me
president.
as for those who did.
for what turned out to be nothing.
Yeah.
And you want, now that you're in a position of power, you want everybody to calm down. How about you suck my fucking
Many
dick, Joe
centuries
Biden?
ago, St.
I
Augustine,
don't know if he's going to take you up on
Saying
that,
my
but I
church.
bet you.
I don't know, but I'd like to
appreciates that
punch him
Wrote
right in
that
his
a
fucking
people
face.
was a
Hopefully they have
multitude
some town halls. If he runs for
defined
re-election,
by
I'm
the
going to go to
common
every single one of them and
objects
try to
of
get him
their
to fight me.
defined by the common
You almost
Just talk
objects
shit
that
about
guy
his
in
mom.
Detroit,
Like, hey, I
remember?
fucked your
What are
wife.
the common
Joe?
objects we as
Yeah.
Americans
Yeah, the
love?
guy in Detroit. We
Jerry,
had
whatever,
Define us
yeah.
as Americans. I think we know.
Ask me to step outside, Joe. I'll
Opportunity.
break your fucking head open.
Security,
Don't know that we can
liberty,
say that anymore.
dignity, respect,
Sure you can.
honor,
It's hypothetical.
and yes, the truth.
I have a right to defend myself against the president.
Recent
If
weeks
he
and
tries to
months
fight
so
me,
fights you, fist
taught
fights
us
you.
a
yes.
painful lesson.
I'm going to really
There
point that
is
out.
truth and there are lies. Lies
Push-up
told
contest.
for power and for profit. And each of us has a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans, and especially as leaders. Leaders who have pledged to honor our Constitution.
Somebody
and
says, who
protect
else
our
has
nation, to defend
exhausting anger between
the
their
truth,
legs?
defeat the lies.
I haven't had an angry
Look.
boner in a while.
I've always got an angry boner.
I understand.
It's my
many of
my
my
boner is
fellow
fiery,
Americans
but
in the
mostly
future
peaceful.
I do think we should start
fear
fresh,
and
though. I think we
trepidation.
should eliminate
I understand they
all of
worry about
Congress,
their job.
the Senate, and the presidency,
Understand, like my dad, they lay in
right?
bed staring at
And
the
allow
night,
me to be the
staring at the
dictator
ceiling,
of this
wondering,
country for
Sure.
15
can I keep my
years.
health care?
Under,
Can I pay
at
my
which point I will
mortgage?
return power,
Thinking about
just
the
like Julius
family.
Caesar did.
Yeah. Yeah. And whenever I think about starting fresh, I think about Jared from Subway Eat Fresh,
the answer is not
who's
to
still in
send
jail
him
right now for child
treating
pornography
competing
charges.
factions.
Yeah, how much time did he actually get?
He got a
Distrusting
lot.
those
He
who
is
don't look
not
like-
scheduled to
look
get
like
out
you?
until
Or worship the
about
way you do?
2030. So
Or don't get their news from the
Jared's
same
still got
sources
plenty
you
of
do?
footlongs to receive in jail, and
We
he's not
must
getting
end
out
this
for a while.
uncivil
man.
I can't believe he's still alive.
I can't either, to be
red
honest with
against
you.
blue.
It's crazy.
Rural versus urban, or rural versus urban.
Whoopsies.
Conservative versus liberal. We can do this if we open our
Rural
souls.
is a hard word to say.
It is, though.
Harden our
It is,
hearts.
and
I hate that
especially in
word.
cold weather.
If
Rural, yeah.
we show
That's
I
a
have
dumb
I have a
tolerance
tough time. I'm not going to
and
throw
humility.
Biden under the bus for that.
And if we're willing to stand in the other person's shoes, as my mom would say, just for a moment, stand in their shoes. Because here's the thing about life. There's no accounting for what fate will deal you. Some days,
Thanks for the philosophy, Joe.
Yeah.
you need a hand. There are other days when we're called to lend a hand.
Ask Jim Abbott
That's
about
how
that
it has
one.
to be. That's what we do for one another. And if
Threw a no-hitter.
we are this way, our country
did.
will be stronger,
Did
more
the
prosperous,
California Angels.
more ready for the future. And we can still disagree.
That is just above
My
a
fellow
whisper.
Americans,
It's just above a
in the
whisper.
work ahead of us, we're going to need each other. We need all our strength to persevere through this dark winter.
Why does
We're
he
entering
keep
what may
saying
be
dark
the
winter?
toughest
That
and
is super
deadliest period of
racist.
the virus.
I think it's a
Racist.
callback
We
to
must
Game
set
of Thrones,
aside
maybe.
politics and finally face this pandemic as
Terrible
one
finale.
nation.
Terrible series finale.
One nation.
Did you miss that Rosario Dawson shot?
Was she there with Cory Booker?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they just showed her.
Or they
Booker.
magically got back together.
Joy cometh in the morning. We will get through this together.
She's hosting
Together.
Go Big on TBS, the game show
Look,
with Bert
folks.
Kreischer right now.
All my colleagues I serve with in the House and the Senate up there.
Rosario wasn't going to miss this fucking thing. Cory Booker
Don't
needs a
understand.
beard anyway, so
The world is
he's
watching.
not straight. He's not
Watching
straight.
all of us today. So here's my message to those beyond our borders. America has been tested, and we've come out stronger for it. We will
What?
repair our alliances and engage with the world once again. Not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's challenges.
Yeah.
And
So
we'll
this is the
lead
preamble to his apology
not
tour.
merely
Then,
by
right?
the example of our
Correct.
power, but by the power of our example.
That's the National Guard, Dan?
Sure, they look like National
We'll
Guard.
be a
Okay.
strong and
Okay.
trusted partner for peace, progress, and security.
That is expertise
Look,
from
you all know
a
we've
former
been through so much.
military
in
man.
this
Couldn't see
nation.
their unit patch, so it's kind of hard to tell.
And my first act.
Oh,
as
there's
president-
Bernie Sanders. God damn it. Old, miserable, and isolated. They fucking hate him.
Dude, that was he looked so fucking on brand there.
God
with
damn it,
the
didn't he?
Vermont mittens.
Yeah.
Those 400.
I feel so bad for that son of a bitch. He really should have won both 2016 and 2020. He should have gotten the nomination from the Democratic
I
Party.
feel like there's at
They
least
fucked
some.
him so hard.
I feel like there's at least some
Becoming
chance that
people and
Bernie
the
Sanders
nation.
is armed right
We
now.
know we can.
Well,
and should be.
arms.
Like he's always been a
Yes.
really outspoken gun
Say a
rights
silent
activist.
prayer
Yeah, that's true.
for
That's
those
true.
who've lost their lives and those left behind, and for our country.
You think he's got something on his calf? He got a little.
I think,
Derringer on
no,
his calf?
probably in the small of his back.
Ooh,
Yeah,
right above that tramp
He's
stamp.
probably got an old school Navy SEAL Mark
Amen.
23 suppressed handgun,
Folks,
9
this
millimeter.
is a time of testing. We face an attack on our democracy and on truth. A raging virus.
On truth. Whose truth is that, by the
That,
way?
growing inequity.
man, that is like
Yeesh.
that-
That's your
Thing of
truth, right?
systemic
that is
racism.
like
Climate
gaslighting.
and
Like
crisis.
this is a sociopath talking about here.
America's
These
role in the
motherfuckers
world.
have made shit
Any
up
one of these
for
would be enough
years
to
now,
challenge us in profound
and all of a sudden
ways.
they're trying to hold people
But the
accountable to
fact
some
is,
standard. You out of your
face
fucking
them all
mind?
at once,
Fuck you.
presenting this nation with one of the gravest responsibilities we've had. Now we're going to be tested. Are we going to step up, all of us? It's time for boldness, for there's so much to do. And this is certain. I promise you, we will be judged, you and I, by how we resolve these cascading crises of our era.
Yeah, you're goddamn right we will,
We
son.
will rise to the occasion is the question. Will we master this rare and difficult hour? Will we meet our obligations and pass along a new and better world to our children? I believe we must. I'm sure you do as well. I believe we will. And when we do, we'll write the next great chapter in the history of the United States of America, the American story. A story that might sound something like a song that means a lot to me.
What is it? What's that song,
It's
Joe?
called American Anthem.
Ah,
There's one verse
not what I would have gone
that
with.
stands out,
Which one
at
is
least
that?
for me.
There it is.
And it goes like this. The work and prayers of century have brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you.
Yeah.
Let's us add our own
That
work and
comb over
prayer.
hair back there is still
unfolding story
wide
of our
up in
great
the air
nation.
there. That is
If we do this,
Kingpin Bill Murray.
then when our days are through,
You got to use a
our
hard
children
hairspray with
and
that. I
our
always tell
children's
people,
children
man.
will say of us,
It's more
gave their
expensive. It's about
best.
$2 more a bottle, but it is
did
worth
their
it on
duty.
a cold, windy day.
they healed a broken
Been there
man.
myself.
My fellow Americans, I close the day
Media
where I
is not going to
began.
do anything now that he's
No.
in
Sacred
office.
oath.
Nick Pollock.
Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you. I will defend the Constitution. I'll defend our democracy.
What about that Second Amendment there, brother?
Defend America.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're all waiting
We'll give
for.
all
that.
of you, keep everything I do in your service, thinking not of power, but of possibilities, not of personal interest, but the public good. And together, we shall write an American story of hope, not fear, of unity, not division, of light, not darkness, a story of decency and dignity, love and healing, greatness and goodness.
Ernie McCracken.
May
That
this
was
be
Bill
the story
Murray's
that guides
character in
us,
Kingpin. There it
the
is.
story that inspires
McCracken,
us,
baby.
and the story
Release the
that
McCracken.
tells ages yet to come that we answered the call of history. We met the moment. Democracy and hope, truth and justice did not die on our watch but thrived. That America secured liberty at home and stood once again as a beacon to the world. That is what we owe our forebears, one another, and generation to follow.
You say forebears or pallbearers?
With purpose and resolve.
I don't know, but I don't owe anybody anything.
Turn to those tasks
Suck it.
of our time, sustained by faith, driven by conviction, devoted to one another and the country we love with all our hearts. May God bless
you get a
America,
credit card to Haverty's that you
and may
still owe a
God
little bit on,
protect
right?
our
No?
troops.
No, I
Is it all
can't.
cleared up?
you,
Yeah,
America.
Circuit City, I owe some, but
Is that it? Is Biden out of there?
I hope so. I'm so fucking
My
bored
God,
right now.
man.
This has
That
been
was
the
quick. No, he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh, he's throwing some points out, some finger points.
Now
Very
he's
Rolling Stones.
Now he's gonna go spit on
That's
everybody
it?
again.
That was like a fucking 5-minute speech. Is that it? No shit. He's got to come back, right? No, he's taking a seat. He's taking a breather. That's it. Holy shit, that was short. Usually these fucking things are like a half hour. That's got to be the shortest in history.
Please be seated.
That is really surprising, actually. That was the shortest presidential speech probably in the history of this country.
Ladies and gentlemen,
imagine.
please welcome Garth Brooks to perform
Garth
Amazing
Brooks. Wiping away tears. Is he going to be wearing a ball cap? Yes or no? Dairy Dan, what do you got? Ah, cowboy hat.
Of course,
Shit.
yes.
Shit.
Trump's speech was 16 minutes.
Correct. How long was Biden's? 4.5?
I'm going to say like 11.
Yeah, probably kept it at 8. Look at that. Garth wore jeans. Still on brand. Still on brand. He's all shaved up. There it is. Let's see that dome, Garth. Is he shaving his head these days? Full
I don't know.
Polishing that up? No, he's got hair.
Now, why are we singing a song about fucking Jesus at the American presidential inauguration? God fucking damn this bullshit.
God, that was God's son.
Shut the fuck up with this
God's
shit.
son. Is that so? Is that?
He's rocking a high
singing
fade.
that
That's real
live.
hair.
Hot Bob. Tell me he's not singing this live.
Yeah, that's live. You can hear the echo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jennifer Lopez is the only one that lip synced today.
No, maybe. I don't know.
want that on
I don't
the
know.
record.
I don't know if Gaga's got the fucking clout to be able to say.
I'm telling you, she only sings live.
I see.
Jacob Nickel, I know. We're in the middle of Garth.
Gaga.
When we've been there.
What if he had done it as Chris Gaines? Shout out to Red Falcon for that reminder.
Oh, if he would have came out as Chris Gaines and done this, it would have been so much better.
Like 90s rock style.
Oh, just a little flock of seagulls haircut. Great, dude.
We've no less days to sing. God.
Now, if you would have given me the over-under on my bookie on Garth's song, I would have gone way over,
You can
brother.
just hear the fucking consultants in the DNC talking about this. Like, well, let's see what all the groups we got to reach out to.
Yeah.
All right, who can we get to sing to them?
There it
You
is.
fucking mongoloid.
What is he saying?
One, united.
Look at the crazy in his eyes.
That was off the cuff.
Yeah.
That was not part of it.
He looks like a crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, he does.
At that point.
Yes, he does.
Why is she still wearing headphones?
And saved a wretch like me.
For Garth to,
let's
to
be
go
real.
off the cuff there, like that's live, brother.
Let's be real. No one trusted J-Lo. No one trusted J-Lo to go live. But Lady Gaga and fucking Garth Brooks are two of the best performers of all time.
I've been to a Garth Brooks concert and a Lady Gaga. I will say they're incredible live.
Nobody that votes Republican likes Garth Brooks anymore. They all like Chris Stapleton and the Lowdown Drifters and shit like that.
Well, they're super pissed about this.
Tim Montana. They don't fucking listen to this bullshit. As a matter of fact, they make fun of him pretty hardcore.
If he would have came up and sang the dance, I would have fucking lost all of my bowels.
What if he sung? What if he sung "Standing Outside the Fire" and just kept pointing to Joe like he was the retarded kid in the music video?
From Life Goes On, the TV show that was also in the video of that came out. Oh, is he hugging? No mask. Look at him. Look at Garth hugging everybody with no mask. Look at this fat SOB running around hugging everybody with no mask on. You son of a bitch, Garth.
Hey, he's a
and now he just left. He just walked out of there. Gaga's still there. Where the fuck is Garth going?
He does look like he's packed
Trisha
on
Yearwood's got a fucking meal cooking up backstage for Garth.
She's got a bucket of KFC waiting back there for
Garth might be a sleeper cell.
By the way, the top of Instagram right now, it says Joe Biden has been sworn in as president. Like there's a fucking announcement.
No way.
God, what a bunch of fucking cunts.
By the way, on our YouTube video, underneath it says U.S. elections. The Electoral College has confirmed Joe Biden as president-elect. We know. We're watching we're watching him become president. There's no need for you to put that up there, YouTube. Jesus Christ, man. Quit big dicking us here, YouTube. You know? We know who we are. God damn it. Who's this? Who's got the big hat on? That's a fun thing. How high up does that go, would you say? Is that a 1-footer?
Is this the woman from...
Mr. President.
Hang on.
Dr.
Amanda
Biden,
Gorman.
I know her
one
from somewhere.
For whom food is not enough.
I believe she's a poet that they're having do a reading.
Yeah, they had Maya Angelou with Obama's first one, right?
Did
they really?
Comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in
I would have had
never-ending
Tom Clancy at mine. Big
the
fan.
loss we carry
Big
a
fan of
sea
Tom
we
Clancy.
must wade.
She's
We
only 22 years
braved
old, so
the
she probably
belly
knows a
of
lot
the
about
beast.
stuff.
We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. In the norms and notions of what
Yeah, they had cut to a side there because they didn't give her an extra apple box.
Is.
What is this?
And yet the dawn is hours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered
It is a
and
poem.
witnessed a nation.
It's like a slam
that
poetry
isn't
type of deal.
broken,
I like that.
But simply
Very Def Comedy
unfinished. We,
jam, like
the
a Def-
successors of a country and a time
Def
where a
Poets?
skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president.
What is-
only to find herself reciting for one.
What is
Yes, we
what
are
is being
far
descended from
polished,
slaves?
far
Not
from
really
pristine,
sure.
But that
Not
doesn't
really
mean
sure.
we are striving to form
I
a
descended
union
from
that is
Pangea, but I don't claim that as my
are
original
striving to
country.
forge or union with purpose.
Big Pangea fan,
to
though. Anybody
compose
out there?
A country
Pangea
committed
fan.
to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man.
I don't want to be
And so
open
we
to all
lift our
cultures.
gaze
I don't want
not to
Somalian
what stands
culture in my
between
country.
us,
Me neither.
but what
Me neither.
I don't want
stands
honor killings from
before
India,
us.
for example. I
Close
don't want
the
people to get
divide
thrown
because
off
we know
rooftops
to
because they're
put our
gay.
future
The only thing I'm
first.
open
We
to
must
is
first put our
GhostBed from ghostbed.com/drinking
differences
bros.
aside,
40%
lay
off
down
right
our
now.
arms so we can reach out our
Adjustable
arms to
bases
one
in that
another.
bundle
We seek
package.
harm to none,
36-month
and
pay-as-you-go
harmony for
program.
all. Let the
Use the
globe
promo code Drinkin' Bros
if
at
nothing
checkout
else
at ghostbed.com/drinking
is
bros.
true.
Now that's my poem.
That even
Okay?
as we grieve,
my truth.
we
I just
grew,
lived
that
it live
even
on
as
air
we
for you.
hurt, we hoped that
I own a
even
ghost
as we
bed. I
tired,
love the ghost
we tried
bed.
that will forever
And the
be
pillows
tied
are even
together,
better.
victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow
Again?
division.
Am I?
Scripture
Is that?
tells us to
Am I been
envision
pronouncing that wrong my
everyone
entire life?
shall sit
I've been
under
saying
their own
again.
vine
Is it
and
again?
fig tree,
Yes.
and no
Again.
one
Can we
shall
look
make
up?
them
It is.
In
afraid.
Canada, it's a gain.
Really?
If we're to live
Well, it
up to
depends
our
on if
own
it rhymes
time,
with what
then
you're saying or
victory
not.
Chris
must
Gaines.
lie in the blade,
Chris
but in
Gaines.
all
Chris
the
Gaines.
bridges we've made. That is the promise to Glade.
This is so
Is she
boring.
Canadian?
I don't care.
Only we dare it because
I mean, she's dressed really well. I like that
being
I like that
American
jacket.
is more
Very
than a pride
theatrical.
I'm a big
we
fan of
inherit.
yellow,
It's
though,
the
on
past
women.
we
It's
step
one of my favorite
into
colors.
Yeah.
and
No, I know.
how
I know.
we repair it. We've seen a force
She's cute.
that would shatter
Seems like
a
she's really
nation
smart. I just don't.
rather than
I feel like I'm in a
share it.
coffee house in
Destroy
Portland
our
right now.
I don't understand
Like
what
an
the-
open mic.
I don't understand what the point of this is.
In this effort
Like Maya
to
Angelou
nearly
had
succeeded.
decades of work
But while
behind her
democracy
Yes, she
and
can be
real world
periodically
experience with
delayed,
oppression and
it can
violence,
never
and this woman is
permanently
a child.
defeated.
I feel like somebody's going to interrupt
In
her and be
this
like,
truth, in
whoever
this
ordered
faith we
the
trust, for while we
triple
have our eyes on the
latte
future,
with soy
history
milk and
has
sugar-free
its
vanilla,
eyes
your order's
on
ready.
us.
Lauren,
This is the
Lauren,
era
your
of
order is
just
ready.
redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert. How could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold.
With the hand
fierce
gestures
and
with
free.
this one.
It's
I'm not-
weird,
Will
yeah.
not be turned around or
She looks like Ricky
interrupted
Bobby
by
giving his fucking
intimidation.
post-race interview.
Because we
Man,
know
it's
our inaction
yeah.
and
What do you do with your
inertia will be
hands
the
during a
inheritance
speech
of the
like this
next
or a
generation.
poem? I
Our
guess.
blunders become
Never
their
been into
burdens,
poetry,
but one thing
except
is
for
certain.
Seuss. I was a big Seuss fan, but I
If
haven't
we merge mercy
evolved from
with
Seuss.
might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy.
Quick
and
reminder,
change
Trump
our
pardoned the
children's birthright.
co-owner of Death Row Records
So let
last
us
night. So
leave behind a country better than the one
you're out there,
we were left with every breath.
tired
on
of
a
your producers
bronze-pounded
dancing in the
chest,
videos,
raise this wounded world into a
laughing,
wondrous
come on over
one.
to
We
Death
will
Row.
Rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the wind-swept northeast, where our
I haven't listened to a word
first
she said.
realized
So,
revolution.
No,
We will
no.
Rise from the lake-rimmed cities of
The,
the Midwestern
she's clearly a very
states. We
talented
will
writer,
rise
though.
from the
You can tell.
sun-baked south.
It's
We will
fine.
rebuild,
No, the writing is good.
reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country, our people diverse.
You're gonna see her on Ellen in about an hour.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be giving her a car.
She'll have a book out by mid-next year.
Yeah.
It'll be number one for probably 70, 80 weeks in a row,
Easy,
give or take.
easy. New York
Yeah.
Times bestseller list will put that on there.
If
Yeah.
only we're brave enough to see it. If only.
I'd like her to
we're
see her
brave
throw
enough
the speech, go
to be it.
freestyle, and just
I would like for her to
there it is.
break out of her little echo chamber she's been in for her entire life.
No.
And talk to 65% of the country that doesn't care what she looks like or where she came from. They
It's a
only
bold yellow. This
Yeah.
girl definitely made a name for herself today. I can promise you that.
She's a good speaker and writer.
She made
and
millions.
She's a
right now.
good-looking young woman.
Thank you,
so
Amanda
She
Gorman.
made millions off of that.
Now for our benediction, I'm pleased to introduce.
oh
Reverend
God, are they gonna
What's
start
a- what's a-
fucking praying again?
What's a benediction?
They're gonna start praying again. I'm gonna
This
fucking-
is where Dan goes and does a
friend of President
key bump
Biden
usually
for
during a
30
prayer.
years.
I believe
Ah,
a
there it
benediction
is.
in particular is a Catholic thing.
Just
Is
gonna
it really? Okay.
just gonna hope out loud.
I did receive communion as a child, and
I ate a bunch.
It's the bread.
I don't like carbs,
sure.
so I drank the wine, but that was it.
Yeah.
And the idea of transubstantiation, where a piece of cracker turns into Jesus inside of your body, seems a little bit weird to me.
Yeah, well, I'm a piece of cracker. This guy's the
You are-
first guy
no, you're
wearing
a whole cracker.
Sunglasses. Piece.
You're a 6'3" cracker. All right.
Let us unite.
Just be honest about who you are.
God,
Biden's still got that McCracken hair.
we gather under the beauty of your holiness.
Yeah, that's
Homeboy
funny.
with the
Somebody said
shades,
wiping
though.
down the podium. Why didn't they have a little attendee with a fucking face shield on come out and spray the podium every time and change the pop filters on those microphones?
This is Reverend Sylvester Beeman speaking, not to be confused with
petition
Willie
you
Beeman
once more
from Any
in
Given
this
Sunday, played by Jamie Foxx. One of
Well,
my
they're probably about
favorite
the same
football
age now,
guys.
right?
Favor upon
Yeah,
our
Jamie
president.
Foxx is actually about 55.
Yeah, he looks
Everyone knows
great, by
that.
the way.
He looks great. He's
And
playing
our
Mike
first
Tyson in a
lady.
biopic. That's how young he looks.
Did you see those BTS shots? He looks
further
like a
ask-
fucking. He looks as good as Mike does right now.
extend the
Yeah, he looks great.
Unbelievable how.
I'm a huge Jamie Foxx fan, by the way.
Jamie Foxx is one of the best actors of our generation, for sure.
Performers all the way around. That motherfucker can sing.
Oh, he can sing too, yeah.
Stand up, all of it. He's one of the very best doing
But
it.
the
More than ever.
Ray, like any of those
More than
guys
ever.
that just get absolutely lost
They and
inside
our
of a character
nation
like that, incredible.
Yeah.
We need you.
It'd be great if Ray Charles was
For
here, but
in
he
you
died.
we discover our
R.I.P.
common
A
humanity.
nice hologram of Ray
And our
Charles would have been
common
nice, though. Is
humanity
Are we too late for
We will
something like
seek
that,
out
or
the wounded,
Ray Charles Day?
bind their wounds.
no? I just had a nice hologram of him popping
We will
up
seek
singing
healing for those who
America.
are sick
That
and
motherfucker
diseased.
could sing the national anthem. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
will mourn
I mean, I would
our
rather
dead.
hear him sing about Pepsi, to be honest.
Wow.
We will befriend the lonely, the least, and the left out.
You got the right one, baby.
We will share our abundance with those who are hungry.
Seriously,
We will do
that guy's
justice
voice
to
was
the
insane.
oppressed.
I know.
Acknowledge sin
And now we've got
and seek
John Legend,
forgiveness.
sexiest man in the world.
Thus
God, I hate John
grasping
Legend.
Do you know how much that makes me want to die?
In
He
discovering
narrated
our
the hype
humanity,
video for the Ohio State's
will
in
seek
the
the
national
good
championship,
in
and it
and for
fucking
all
Did he go to
our
Ohio
neighbors.
State?
No.
We will love the
John
unlovable.
Legend's just a fucking dude that just
Remove
keeps
the
popping up.
stigma of the so-called untouchables.
So
We will care
vanilla,
for
that
our
guy.
most vulnerable, our children, the elderly, emotionally
That
challenged,
Buttigieg, yeah.
and the poor.
With his
We
husband.
will seek rehabilitation beyond correction.
It's
We will extend
very
opportunity to those locked out
Dr.
of
Martin Luther
opportunity.
King there. He's going very king
We will
on
make
this.
friends of our enemies. We will make friends of our enemies. People, your people, shall no longer raise up weapons against one another.
Yeah.
We will
God, I
rather
love
use
The
our
inflection there is
resources
very king.
for the
I
national
love
Very
good
King
and
Jr.
become a
Well,
beacon of
Don
life
King.
and goodwill
It's more
to the
Don
world.
King.
I was going with
And
Burger
Thriller
King.
in
neither
Manila.
shall we learn hatred
No.
anymore. We'll lie
Every-
down in
It's the way you
peace.
drag out syllables and the
Not
cadence
make
of
our
your
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
words. It's
Every black
very-
reverend since
you,
the
oh
1950s has tried to
We
sound like
discover our
MLK.
humanity.
They're missing
our
a key
humanity,
ingredient, though, and that is
we discover our commonness.
having sex with
Beyond
everybody
the
except for your
difference of
wife.
color,
Martin Luther
creed,
King Jr. was a great
origin,
orator, though.
Oh yeah,
political
he's one of the best of all
party,
time, and he was also a
ideology,
brilliant
geography,
man.
Yeah.
When I
and
talk
personal
shit about him,
preferences.
it's not to
We'll become
denigrate any of the
greater
things he
stewards
said
of your
or the work he did.
environment.
It's to show that deeply flawed people,
Preserving
as
the
we all
land,
are, can still achieve a lot
reaping
of shit.
from it a
Yeah.
And we
sustainable
shouldn't lionize or
harvest,
heroize fucking human
and securing
beings
its
because they will
wonder
always let you down.
and
It's the idea of
miracle-giving
America.
power
It's not the president
for
that you
generations
serve.
to come.
It's the fucking Constitution, the
This
idea behind
is
it. You
our
understand?
benediction.
That's where we're fucked up.
That from
Everybody's fighting over left and
these
right. We need to be
hallowed
fighting for our
grounds,
goddamn country. Because right now it's slipping through our
where
fingers.
slaves
And
labored
these
to
people are fucking
build this
lubricating
shrine
that.
and citadel
on
to
both
liberty and
sides.
democracy. Let us all acknowledge from the indigenous Native American to those who recently received their citizenship, from the African American to those whose foreparents came from Europe and every corner of the globe,
Four parents.
from
That's
the
a new
wealthy
word.
to those struggling to make
It's
it.
usually four fathers.
Every human being,
Four parents.
I
regardless
like
of
how
their
they've
choices.
combined that into four parents.
That
Well, I mean,
this
I don't
is
mind that
our
because
country.
John
As
Adams'
such,
wife
teach us, oh God.
was
As such, teach
JQA?
us, oh God,
no.
to
No,
live in
his
it,
JQA's mother,
love
actually,
in it,
Abigail,
be
was
healed in
instrumental
and
in
reconcile
a lot of the things
to one another in
that
it.
created the American Revolution.
Lest
She
we
encouraged
miss
John to defend those
kingdom's
British
goal.
soldiers that the Sons of Liberty set
your
up.
glory,
She encouraged him
majesty,
to join the Continental Congress. She
dominion,
provided him
and
counsel.
power
She negotiated
forever.
between other heads of government there
Hallelujah.
in America at the time through the Continental
Glory,
Congress. She
hallelujah.
delivered messages through
the strong
George
name
Washington and
of
things
our
like that. She did all
collective
sorts of shit. And then Betsy Ross sewed a flag.
Yeah. It's my seventh grade aunt, by the way, Betsy Ross. That's true.
Please remain
A lot of women
standing
had a
as the
lot
Armed
to
Forces
do
Color
with
Guard retires our
Betsy
American
sewed it on
Revolution.
her own. Sewed it on her own.
No, not with that.
What do you got going on here now, Dan?
I have no idea.
It's some form of very brassy. It's a very brassy song. What is it? What do you call this, Dan? When they're walking out with the flags?
I don't know that
that
there's
called getting the
anything to
fuck outta
call it.
here?
Yeah, they're just rolling the fuck out.
Okay. Okay. You never know, and I like to use proper terminology of getting the fuck out of there. Which I'm sure is what they'll say. Man, for these, in all sincerity, when I watch these things, I think about what a long day it is for like the president, like with like Trump last year and this guy. Biden at 78's got to go to these fucking parties all night with Tom Hanks and Gladhand, all these motherfuckers. Like, does he take a nap in the afternoon? How does that work out? Do you go to the White House and try out the bed? I'd want to fuck first in the Lincoln bedroom and then kind of cool off for maybe 2 hours, kind of sleep her on in, and then go to the party later.
You know what the coolest part about fucking in the Lincoln bedroom would be?
What's that?
Not Lincoln's bedroom. It was his office.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It's almost cooler to be fucked in Lincoln's office.
I
though.
think so too. Yeah.
Because that's where he actually was working on the Emancipation Proclamation. Like, yeah. He was freeing slaves in there, and then other people have been freeing pussy. You know? There it is. Big hugs all the way around here. Dr. Jill Biden, Joe, and the Baracks. Oh, no, it's the Obamas. They're shaking hands, kissing babies. Everyone has magically avoided Bill Clinton. I can't imagine why. Can't imagine why. No one wanted to shake Slick Willie's hand there. Epstein didn't do it. It's a nice time to remind everybody that Epstein definitely didn't kill himself. Mike Pence none the richer. Did he bring his wife or his daughter? Whoops! Whoa! That woman almost fell over. Could you imagine taking a nasty spill and breaking your leg at one of these things, and then the police have to be called in? You think it's for something else? That somebody was getting shivved, and it's like, well, no, high heel down the stairs.
Do you think that the heels or the stairs get arrested?
No. I would say that's one's own fault. Kamala Harris is wearing the color purple today. Big fan of that movie with Oprah Winfrey back in '84. Spielberg actually directed that. Not a lot of people know that.
Brings up my favorite Elizabeth Banks story.
Is it really? Yeah. Do you have an Elizabeth Banks story?
Well, it's just about she was at some award show, and it was like kind of a casual one, so she was drunk. And
Golden Globes.
Oh, was it?
Probably.
Yeah.
The Golden Globes is the one where everybody gets drunk.
It was a smaller one than that because it wasn't, unfortunate, because not a lot of people know about it. But anyway, she was just like, all I'm saying is Steven Spielberg's never cast a woman of color in a lead role before.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Black Twitter just dragged her to
it
shit.
Was like, hey man, the color purple. She had to issue an apology for that. You can turn down the volume on this. This is your stock footage song that everybody plays out to. Everyone is now walking. Is this the Capitol building, Dan? Is that what they're going into?
I can't see it.
It is the Capitol building, yeah. Where days ago, there was a guy with a Viking helmet who was taking selfies in that building, and
just
now
in case
the new president's been sworn in.
Just in case, by the way, you ever need to fight Dr. Jill Biden, she clearly has left knee issues.
Does she really?
So, you want to work to her left.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to be able to stabilize and throw that jab very well.
Not at all. You're also going to get this commentary Saturday night when we go live to the Conor McGregor fight on Drinkin Bros Sports channel. Subscribe on YouTube. That is a different channel than this. You'll be able to get that live commentary.
I'm also going to be Giorgio and I on Friday night. I don't know if we're going to publish it yet, but on Friday night we're going to sit around here and get fucked up and listen to my war playlist.
Yes, and then Jack's new show, I believe, is filming after that as well. That's going to be like the greatest night of all time, by the way. I'm fucking amped about both of those. I saw you working on that playlist yesterday. So if you ever wanted to know what Dan's war playlist was, he'll be going through that live on air. Actually, I think it's live on Patreon, correct, Giorgio? Yeah, on Patreon. Drinking Bros podcast. That way Dan can actually describe what he was really feeling and not what YouTube wants you to think he was feeling, because not sure how much longer we're going to get away with what we're saying on YouTube anymore. Therefore, we have moved over to Patreon. It's a fucking $1, and you can hear Dan's speech. I think the video is $5, and that's per month. You can get all of the things there, which is nice. And then we get a Jack Mandeville is doing a show there. But I will say this. On a cold, chilly day like this, a mask is a nice thing where you typically couldn't wear something like that. You can now because it's appropriate, obviously, for everything that's going on. But that is the end of that. They're panning to Barack Obama for the 50th time today. Quick reminder, people disliked him so much that they nominated a reality star as president right after that. And now Joe Biden is back in there. So congratulations to Joseph Robinette Biden and Dr. Jill Biden. Dan, that's a lot of America today.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this whole haberdashery here?
I've only really got one thing to say, and sorry, Joe, but we've already seen behind the curtain, my man.
Yeah.
We've seen the great and powerful Oz as an old, rich white man who says BLM when it helps him get elected and then ignores them for the rest of the year, right?
Yeah.
It's the same shit I talked about from my time in politics, where my my friend in Canada, who was a black man, would tell his fellow politicians, his colleagues, that the perception is that you guys show up for a couple of weeks right before every election and then disappear for the other 4 years. And that's exactly what you're about to see, by the way. They'll say anything to get elected. And now that we've pulled that curtain back, I think most people on both sides seem to know that governments, or at least politicians, their only goal now is to propagate their own power. No one believes in them. No one believes in any of them. And it's time to end this nonsense.
Yeah,
right?
you know, it's funny you bring that up, man, because I was thinking about that today on the drive over. Going back to 2016, when Trump was elected, I voted for him because I wanted to see what it was like for an outsider to get in there and kind of blow up the system.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have seen it for 4 years and we realize it's all bullshit, and there's Nancy Pelosi walking off, again, in the same color that Melania wore, 2016 when Trump was inaugurated, I feel the exact same way, where it's just like, dude, we've seen behind the curtain now of all of this shit, and it just doesn't seem as important anymore, where it's just like, man, if you have the amount, like the right amount of money, and the people behind you, pretty much anybody could get into this fucking thing and then pretend to know what the fuck they're doing. I don't really think much of politicians anymore.
No, I
actually did, for real. I thought all of these jobs were important and all this shit was important. After Trump's been there for 4 years, it was like, well, you know, the only thing that got out of hand towards the end was the Capitol building thing. But other than that, he did a pretty goddamn good job.
Well,
I don't really have a lot of gripes.
They've exposed themselves, you know, they're the Capitol. You know, they're District 1 and everybody else is just kind of serving at their pleasure. You know, it's that whole, like, people will call you a radical or a fucking nationalist or violent if you utter the phrases that built this goddamn country. Like, people should be afraid, or the government should be afraid of their people, not the other way around.
What do you think that Gaga was saying to Barack there? There was just a toozy there. Oh, look at Bill Clinton talking to the young black girl. Come on, brother. Staying on brand. Going after the 22-year-old who is soon to be very, very rich and famous.
Can't imagine.
Guarantee you. You're going to hear her name. I think it's Nancy Gorman is her name.
Amanda Gorman.
Yeah.
And
Amanda
apparently
Gorman,
she picked up a fuck ton of Twitter followers in the last, 30 minutes.
Oh, brother.
Well, I mean,
you will see her everywhere for the rest of your life.
Well, you'll see her on Twitter if you're still dumb enough to have a Twitter account.
Whoever did that with the yellow and then the red in her hair and then the whole thing, dude, she
looked great.
Made a gajillion dollars off of this and will be massively famous. She'll be on Ellen tomorrow. Her TikTok will go sky high. She'll be doing readings in arenas across America once the COVID clears up. And I would say that she's the breakout star of this. Garth Brooks running out of there in a mad dash, I don't really get. I'd like to hear an explanation behind that. It seemed like one of those commercials where it was just like, got not going anywhere for a while. Like,
he probably had a big breakfast.
That's what it appeared.
And he had a Duke on board.
Yeah.
Garth has been compromised by Russia.
Well, Garth had some gas station coffee, it feels like, and he was sprinting out of there. God knows what that toilet looks like inside the Capitol building today. I would imagine it looks worse than the aftermath of the actual siege of the Capitol last
Do you think Alex Rodriguez was sitting around a couple of months ago and he was like, you know what, there's still like 12 people that like me. Let's fuck this up the rest of the way.
Somebody wrote an article about
that guy is such a fucking cunt.
I know. Somebody wrote an article about A-Rod, how he just turned his whole shit around and everybody forgot that he was a fucking asshole on steroids who was literally threw a baseball to Madonna at Yankee Stadium with his number on it, and then they ended up boning for a while after that. A-Rod, look at him glad-handing. He's talking to fucking the Obamas now. Look at A-Rod and J-Lo talking to the Obamas. Hey, man, let's pretend that I wasn't on steroids all those years.
Yeah, character matters, right, guys?
And then there's who's giving a hug that's J-Lo hugging Bill Clinton. My God, man, we're going full circle here.
Bill, as a woman, I just want to thank you for raping all those other women and then having your wife attack them privately and ruin their lives. Really appreciate it.
Island. I wonder if Barack's like, hey, man, so how was Little St. James Island? Was worth it, and do we enjoy ourselves?
Clinton just moved his mask out of the way to say something.
Yeah, he did.
Idiot.
Yeah, he did.
None of this is
COVID
real.
doesn't matter if you're rich. It doesn't matter if you're rich. Who was Gaga hugging now?
That was Hillary Clinton.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeesh. Still didn't win, Hillary, by the way. And
Happy birthday
happy
to this
about
future president. Remember that? Didn't age well. Lady Gaga looks like a fucking idiot, by the way. That dress she's wearing, what the fuck is that? Like, you're going to be in close quarters talking to people and you wear a dress that fucking pokes out 4 feet, you moron.
She
God.
looks like she's doing cabaret off the strip.
By the way,
in
that man
Vegas.
walking next to Nancy Pelosi, he used information from some committee she sat on to make about $80 million
Definitely
trading in the stock market. So he should be in prison. But there's no rule that says that members of Congress can't use information gleaned from their jobs to make money. No rules. No such rule exists, my man.
Who lives longer? Let me ask you this: Biden or Nancy Pelosi? Pelosi's 80.
I would say Pelosi probably.
Really?
Women always live longer than men, like to the tune of 6 to 8 years typically.
Now, what kind of car is this here? Because I feel like
looks
this
like a
is
Suburban.
a car commercial for Chevy or maybe GMC. Is it a Suburban he's getting in?
Probably.
That's nice.
I mean, you can see the long name of the vehicle on the side of it. I don't think any of the Chevy vehicles. Maybe
Products.
is there like a Silverado or some shit?
No, they don't. They don't have that. Going to Twitter here, by the way. Number one trending on Joe Biden's inauguration is Trump's last day. So people still do not care about Joe Biden enough on Twitter to actually put him at number one, which is amazing that he got 81 million votes, and no one can tell you what they voted for other than the words Donald Trump is bad. Amanda Gorman is trending number 2 on Twitter right now. Called it. They're going to praise her for Here to the End of Eternity.
Put your fucking mask on.
Obama pulling down his mask.
Jesus Christ, man! You'd think he wouldn't even need the straps with those goddamn ears. Jesus, that motherfucker, he's gonna fly away any minute.
I know. Look at A-Rod and J-Lo just taking their sweet time, soaking it in.
This is the capital, man. This is what all the fucking all the other districts look inward from the west and see this right here all the time. They see these fucking painted up dum-dums, these rich fucking idiots sitting around jerking each other off. It's so obvious where all this is going.
Oh yeah.
And I'm done with it.
By the way, Garth Brooks is trending at number 3 on Twitter. Bernie is trending at number 4, and that there is already memes going around of Bernie sitting by himself, miserable with the mask on, as well. There should be. Pence is walking. Is that Pence's daughter, Dan? Because it's not his wife.
I don't know. Does he call her daughter instead of mother?
I'm not sure how that works. Maybe he throws a little Spanish flair on that and calls it madre. Madre for her. The top of this thing here, what's the rules and regulations on this? What's the protocol for who gets into that car first? It's a cold day. I'd be sprinting towards it.
Who gets in the car first?
Okay, so both VPs walk down together. Do they drive off together? Is that the
no,
deal?
I don't think that car is big enough for that many people.
Well, here's the thing. The presidents used to drive off together and have a thing.
Maybe they're trying to make some kind of point. I don't know. I think they break contact. He or she drives off in the main car.
Got it. And then Pence has got to walk home.
Yeah.
She's going to have a hard time getting an Uber.
She's going to get driven to the Naval Observatory, which is where the vice president lives. Is
that true?
Yeah. She will get into the car first because she is the principal. Her husband is of no consequence. If shit were to go down right now, they would knock him out of the way to grab her and run.
Got it.
And he would sit there and do something. I don't know what he's going to do.
A lot of people are speculating that Mike Pence is going to run in 2024. I'm not sure if he has the personality.
Well, he's now wildly unpopular with conservatives, so that's not going to happen.
He didn't invoke the 25th, and people were amped about that. So we'll see. I wonder what they're talking about right now. I wonder if she's saying, hey, man, Lil Wayne got out?
Yeah.
It was Wheezy, right? Oh, so shit. Pence and the daughter. Oh, it is the mother?
Mother.
Is that his wife? Shit. Maybe mother's a sexual thing then. I'm not going to kink shame.
Yeah, she was probably asking him about the Naval Observatory.
Right. Yeah.
Like, where do you...
not bad.
Is there any good mirrors in there to do coke on?
Yeah.
Right? That's
Don't
what I'd be
call
asking.
me mother, not fit to...
Are they all getting in the same car?
It's a Suburban. So that's a third row seating in that vehicle. Does Kamala... does she get to ride shotgun? How does that work out?
Why are they letting him do this?
I think this is his send-off, right?
No. Why did they let him walk around to the other side of the vehicle and put his fucking wife in the car first? I mean, no offense, but fuck her.
No,
he's the former vice president of the United States. He's the principal. She is no one.
No, it's
just
still
like
a woman, a man. Or
Kamala
a
Harris's fucking husband is no one. He is just some dickhole standing there next to the vice president.
He's
That's
just
all he is.
another white man.
That's fucking stupid, man.
It's a nice little wave, a nice little send-off there.
Does she walk him to the other side of the car?
Not sure how that works.
Yes. Not a fucking chance.
What happens? Yes, that's a great question.
Not a fucking chance.
Does the Madam Vice President walk the man around to
I
the
doubt
other
she.
side? That'd be great to see. We've never seen it in history.
I doubt she
We're
has
about to find out now.
She doesn't have the rapport with Secret Service. You have to be able to tell them what to do.
How much does Chevy pay for or GMC pay for something like this for the Suburban?
They don't.
Oh, it is Chevy. Yeah.
Yeah, Suburban Chevy. They don't pay anything.
Very
they get
basic
paid
wheels.
a fuckload of money for that vehicle.
Terrible rims on that thing.
They get paid a shitload of money for these vehicles.
How much is an armored Suburban like that?
I mean, the ones that the president drives around in, I believe, are somewhere around
$350.
No.
More than
way
that?
more than that. Yeah,
Really?
they've got like. Hold on, let me look it up.
I've got a Tahoe Z71 at my house, third row seating. I believe we paid about $58 for that. Very nice rims.
These things are about $1.5 million.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They run on propane, kind of like a fucking.
No.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Like they don't have liquid fuel on them just in case there's a puncture or something. It won't blow up. You can't target the fucking gas tank with that shit.
Gotcha.
There's all kinds of fucking shit on here, but it's about 20,000 pound curb weight, so it's about. Like a normal size, like your truck outside, it's about 3 or 3.5 times that weight, give or take, with the armor and all the other bullshit on it. They also have, well, a lot of the vehicles have this. I can't say the name for it, but there's like a triangulation device on it, a point of origin. So it tells you which direction gunfire comes from if it zips over the car. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit on there.
By the way, Chris Gaines is now trending number 5 on
really
Twitter,
funny.
and that is real. That is absolutely real.
That's really funny.
Gaga is 6. Bill Clinton is 7. Can't imagine why. Jennifer Lopez is 8. The Obamas. Friends in Low Places is trending number 10. Some have joked that Garth Brooks should have performed Friends in Low Places instead of America the Beautiful.
They would have shut him off, probably.
Funny. That's pretty funny. Philip Rivers retired today. That was number 12. Bad day to do that, Philip. No, the day, my man. You had a great career. You played 17 years. No need to retire on the day of the inauguration. Probably wait to the day after for that. Get a little more press time. Let's Get Loud is trending. She did fucking say it. God damn it, dude. I heard it. Hot Bob, you son of a bitch. How the fuck did I call that out, dude? I'm not even a J-Lo fan, and I fucking heard that.
Wait, what did she say?
Son of a bitch.
Papa heard it.
Papa heard it. God damn it.
What'd she say?
She said, "Let's Get Loud." That's her fucking song. She said it in the middle of this.
In the middle
I
of
knew it.
America the Beautiful.
Come on.
Which is like the least loud song.
Let's get loud.
Oh,
fucking A.
Was she trying to remind people that she was important at some point? Because no one cares.
No, she was almost nominated for. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
Oh, there's Rosario again.
Oh, Rosario Dawson.
I think.
Her. Nah, she's peeking her head in.
She's like, you know, what do I do when the guy doesn't like women?
Her and Cory Booker broke up. I like how Cory was just like, hey, man, so I'm going to this thing. Either that or that's a bold move of like getting an ex-girlfriend back of like, hey, I know we haven't chatted in a while, LOL. Do you want to come to the inauguration with me? A lot of camera time, LOL. Smiley face, winky, cucumber, and then a donut hole means I like to get fucked by dudes. That is a bright purple. Who is that that's wearing that bright? Is that Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
She is wearing Prince's exact outfit when he sang the theme song to Batman.
You can really tell it's her if they have exposed ankles.
Wow. So Kamala wore purple. Way to upstage the first vice president, the female vice president, Hillary Clinton. That's a shocker. People are going to be talking about that. That's hilarious that she did that. A lot of daps for Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton hung back. Look at this slick motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I mean, imagine someone being very, very concretely linked to raping children being congratulated by a bunch of people.
Weird, isn't it?
Welcome to Washington, folks.
No, man.
We
it's
should
crazy.
honestly, we should put a fence around DC, and nobody that is there right now should ever be allowed to leave. Turn the cameras inward and see how they fucking fight it out.
It's shocking.
Whoever fucking wins, you can rejoin society.
Yeah, there is Cory
Who is that
Booker.
fucking retard over there to the left?
With the glasses on, texting.
Like,
you're on camera.
She's retarded not because of the glasses and texting.
Obviously.
I like white glasses. Why is she wearing pink with a red fucking mask and scarf? That looks
Everybody
horrible.
wants to stand out, though.
That looks horrible.
Make a moment of themselves.
Is E going to do a thing on this?
Probably.
Or is that sexist now? Can you talk about?
Probably.
I guess nothing that used to be sexist or racist will be sexist or racist anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Betsy Ross flag is not racist anymore, clearly, because they had it up there today.
Yeah.
Reverse Hunger Games. Remember at the end of Hunger Games how Julianne Moore's, in the third one, Julianne Moore's character wanted to make the Capitol people do a Hunger Games?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not saying we should, but I would watch.
Also with Jennifer Lopez, she performed at the Super Bowl, which was the last major event right before the pandemic. Are they going to shut down the country again now that J-Lo has performed on the big stage? We will find out. We'll find out. Definitely lip sync. And, I got to say Gaga did it better, but she also did it live. So, man, that's hilarious. Hilarious. I like how everybody put their own spin on it. She did a little Spanish flair, also promoted one of her hit singles. And then Garth had his own inspirational bullshit attached to his thing. So
I can't wait until at some point in the future when Democrats are really when there's more Muslims in the country and Democrats are trying to pander to them more because their vote actually matters. Because right now it doesn't.
Right,
but once it matters, they'll pander the same way they pander to black people. And then somebody's going to be on stage from the Muslim community. I really hope that they just say Allah Akbar a bunch of times. Like in a row, and just like you look around and everybody's starting to get nervous. So like, wait.
Or everybody bows down and starts praying.
Yeah.
By the way, I was correct on those other Dior ones. Mina Harris's husband is rocking a pair of Air Jordan Dior ones at Joe Biden's thing. I called that as well. Hot Bob, I have been on fire today. You've virtually been an invisible man today.
They're actually the Jordan 1 Dior collabs.
Yeah,
you need
they
to say
are.
the Dior after the Jordan 1s because that's the issue of Jordan.
Gotcha. Yeah, look, big fan. I don't own a pair. Definitely don't own a pair, but they're nice. They look nice, man. They were easily spottable in there. So right now they're inside the Capitol building again. This is where they walked out with Nancy Pelosi's lectern about 6 days ago. Not sure if they were able to get that back or how that whole sitch ended. But same place, same building.
If I was her, I would get like a makeshift one made that's clearly just thrown together. It looks weird to be funny.
Yeah.
I tell you what. As much as I hate all this, I really am considering running for some kind of office just so I can wear like jeans and a t-shirt everywhere. Like I'm not wearing. Why wear? What does wearing a fucking suit have to do with the ideas that are coming out of my fucking mouth? This is the goddamn problem with these people. They think fucking hair and makeup and a nice wardrobe and their presentation matters. Your presentation doesn't mean fucking shit.
Yeah.
You stupid son of a bitch. Your fucking white bleached ass teeth don't mean shit to me, Gavin Newsom. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I want to hear what you have to say. And every time you start talking, you have to fucking go back to the other guy, right? Like none of these people speak from the first person. They never say, I want to do this and I want to do that. Yeah. They're like, well, Trump did this. We have to roll that back. Your whole presidency is going to be about rolling back all the progress we've made on foreign policy and shit like that, right? That's going to be the next 4 years. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
I do want to say this, though. Whoever Gavin Newsom's dentist is, if you could shoot me that number at ST James on Instagram, heading back to LA and would really like to visit that guy because he did a great job. Now they're cutting away to a band here.
I'd really like to visit with. I'd like to visit with Gavin Newsom while we're in California.
We'd have to book reservations at that 5-star Michelin restaurant. That's the only place we could go.
No, that's in in Napa.
Yeah, well, that's the only place he eats.
French Laundry's up there.
We can get a car. We can get a Suburban.
And he lives in Sacramento anyways,
Does
right?
he really?
At the capital.
Ugh, Sacramento's a horrible town. Sacktown?
Well, that's the capital of fucking California, homeboy.
I know.
Sucks up there.
Terrible town. Nobody wants to live there. If you haven't had a chance to watch that Ronald Reagan doc, Nancy was infamously the one who said, I don't want to live in this shithole.
Mm-hmm.
And then they moved them to another house that was not the governor's mansion there. There's too much traffic, she said. Also, it was a shithole. It was an absolute shithole. So right now, what's the protocol? Do the Bidens pop out here? Do they kind of put everybody else in the vehicles first? Is it like after a wedding? Because Trump's thing didn't get that much coverage, right? He spoke and then they immediately cut the feed and we kind of had to guess after that. Derry Dan, you seem like an educated guy. You went to UCF. What's the protocol here for this when you're walking?
I think it's unprecedented because I think they're just doing it like one by one because of COVID and because of the
6 feet apart
security, I guess, issues they are kind of projecting.
Right. Well, I know you were kind of being tongue-in-cheek there, but a lot of, not a majority of, but quite a few of the engineers for NASA go to UCF.
Yeah.
Including our buddy who builds those Defenders.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Shit, from SpaceX.
Yeah, he got his master's, his undergrad and his master's there in engineering.
Taco Fall was a aerospace engineer.
Was he really?
God, he can't fit in the building, man.
His biggest goal was to be an astronaut, and he is the closest to the moon, but he'll never be able to get there.
Yeah. Well, David Robinson tried to. He wanted to be a fighter. He got accepted into the fighter pilot program, I believe, and then they booted him once he gained like 9 inches.
Yeah. So for those of you at home, 1 p.m. Eastern will be the signing ceremony, and that's a kind of an autograph sesh at a mall in D.C. Biden will be signing shoes. Just kind of deal with Reebok, and after that, they're going to have endless parties, and then Tom Hanks is going to do something tonight. We're pretty much out of here for this. That was faster than I thought. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, says, congratulations, Joe Biden, on your inauguration as the 46th president. Our two countries have tackled some of history's greatest challenges together, and I'm looking forward to continuing this partnership with you. Kamala Harris. What he means there is the Keystone Pipeline, which is going to get canceled tomorrow.
And if you're still on Twitter, go ahead and find Justin Trudeau's tweet and respond to it with hashtag blackface.
Yeah.
Because he is a cunt.
Yep.
And he should be treated that way.
Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna do blackface, do it in a comedic film, not
at a party.
Not at a party. Not sure if I have done it, but no, I'm kidding. We can kill the C-SPAN feed there. I don't know who Rouhani is. I mean, we're starting to go around the fucking thing. Rouhani is calling on Biden administration to return the nuclear deal to Iran. So you see the head of Iran? Wow, that is brazen on
and the
today.
Mexican president wants the Biden administration to give legal status to Mexicans working in the U.S. And they have a plan for that. Actually, they have a past decisionship for all 11 million currently living here, which is not the worst idea ever. We're not ever going to deport 11 million people. That's ridiculous.
So Biden is saying there's no time to waste when it comes to tackling the crises we face. That's why today I'm heading to the Oval Office to get right to work delivering bold action and immediate relief for American families. The rumor is that he's going to go there and issue 14 executive orders immediately.
I heard 17.
Oh, really? They added 3 more. Just like Charlie Sheen's bedroom here. Kids, we appreciate you joining us here on this historic day. I'm not sure what's going to happen from here. Also not sure that I care, but a lot of people are saying Dan will make the American Party great again. Are you guys going live here?
Yeah, around 2, because
2 p.m. today?
Dakota had something this morning. But
2 p.m. Eastern
around
today?
2, and we'll be talking about all this bullshit. So
Central or Eastern, by the way?
Central.
Okay.
3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, 3 p.m. Eastern,
Yep.
2 p.m. Central. Yeah, we're all done with everything that has gone on here today. We got a couple sponsors who have brought this show to life today. Ghostbed we named. Babel was just a stretch of luck, you know? Just Jennifer Lopez saying Spanish to people, speaking Spanish to people. And I'm not sure who else we have left here today on the 20th.
That's it.
That's it. We'll go ahead and read the full Babel, though.
Well, you just want to. Well, we can do it on this, but we can also insert one in the middle for for the audio listeners.
Yeah. In case you don't speak Spanish, that means Espanol. I just learned it from Babbel, the #1 selling language learning app. One of my goals for the new year was to learn a new language, and Babbel helped me achieve that, mostly for Hilaria Baldwin. 15-minute lessons, perfect way to learn a new language. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Mm-hmm. Just go to Babbel.com. Use the promo code Drinkin Bros. That is BABBEL.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros for an extra 3 months free. Babbel, language for life, which is what Jennifer Lopez taught us today.
They got pretty much, they got 14 languages on there. The main ones. Obviously, you don't need to learn some weird-ass language, probably.
Of course not.
But, I was messing around with it yesterday. You get to choose. Basically, when you're going through and setting it up, you choose the language you're trying to learn, what your time commitment per day can be, and then they tailor the curriculum to that. Yeah, which is pretty nice. It's very modular and stuff like that.
Very modular. So it's all done, kids. Joe Biden is our new president. Trump is he is touchdown in Mar-a-Lago, so that's where he is right now, and we'll wait to see what happens here as far as the executive orders go. I have a hunch we'll be able to talk about them on Fake News tomorrow on Drinkin Bros podcast here live on YouTube, and we'll be putting some of our aggressive content on Drinkin Bros podcast on Patreon, which is already up and running. Filming a couple more shows on Friday nights as well. Saturday, we will be live with you all night for the Conor McGregor fights on Drinkin Bros Sports. Subscribe to that channel on YouTube as well. And then Sunday, we will be live all day as well, covering the AFC Championship as well as the NFC Championship for the NFL. Historic day, D'Anthony. Proud of you for being you today.
Yeah.
Proud of everything that's gone on in this country.
Big comes.
And big comes.
Proud
Jack
of big
Mandel.
comes.
Jack Mandel.
Have we talked about Jack's new show on air yet?
We will. We're shooting the pilot episode on Friday nights. I got to text Jack, and I scheduled for Saturday. I got to tell him Friday. I'm sure Jack is fine. Man without a life, No, I'm kidding. He's dating somebody now.
Yeah, he's got a Scandinavian lady.
Pretty seriously. So proud of Big Comes, and then we'll be having that show. It's definitely going to have to be a Patreon show because of the graphic nature of it. It involves a bed, and that's all I'm willing to say at this point. For D'Anthony Holloway, I am Ross Patterson. Got a new president, kids. Congratulations, America. We did it. What did we do? I'm not really sure. Not really sure what we did.
Well, what we did was we proved, particularly in 2020, how completely full of shit everyone is.
There it is. That's
right?
what we did,
All politicians are full of shit.
Yeah.
Every single one of them are full of shit, and most people also are full of shit. And they're stupid. They're too stupid. If you're too dumb to realize how full of shit you are, then you're never going to make it. You're going to end up getting so full of shit that you'll convince yourself that things that are bad for you are good for you, and then you'll die.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Gavin Newsom, sweet. History made. Congratulations, Madam Vice President. Nothing about Joe Biden in there from Gavin Newsom. So that's a nice thing. Get ready for 4 years of that, of being overshadowed by her, Joe. Dairy Dan, you can wave us out of here.
This is a good one right here.
Well, wait, hang on.
This is so the guy, one of the police officers, the Capitol police officers that was at the riots or whatever, that was helping people.
Yeah.
This is classic pandering. Yeah. Now he's been made the fucking sergeant at arms for the vice president or some shit like that. Why? That is a position that requires qualifications, and everybody that he jumped in line right now should be very pissed.
I'm sure they are.
Jesus fucking Christ. Not that he is very likely completely qualified for that position, but this is a bad look.
Well,
very bad look.
It's classic politics at this point. So, we appreciate it, kids. Go hit a bar right now.
Yeah, and stand by for the. I think we need to have a clock on Joe Biden's resignation.
Wow.
Because it's coming probably in the next 2 years, I would say.
Well, they have
the 25th Amendment.
No. Actually, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. Man, they're really going all in on this Amanda Gorman chick. I can, boy.
Oh, wow. She stayed up that night to write. Oh, my God, dude. You got to be fucking kidding me.
Bright yellow. She
Anyways.
upstaged everyone today, by the way. You're going to hear about Amanda Gorman for the rest of your life. Congratulations. She'll be on Ellen tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
That's kind of cool, though. All the stuff that she was wearing was gifted by Oprah because that's what Oprah did the first time Maya Angelou spoke at Inauguration in '93.
Was it really?
That's pretty dope.
All right.
I like that.
All right.
I mean, Oprah's a billionaire oligarch.
This is all about Amanda Gorman, man. There's nothing about any of the actual people who won today. That is hilarious. I called this, and I will revel in this victory for the rest of the day. Derry Dan, you can sign us off here. For D'Anthony Holloway, I am Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Podcast live inauguration. Good